Just like any relationship, if you ignore it, it can turn into a hot mess. The same goes for your home. The paint you once loved may seem a little dingy now. Not loving the color.
No.
The door is always squeaking. The banister is loose. There is always something. Welcome to Date My House, where I'll show homeowners how to reignite that spark with their living spaces. Through a series of dates, they'll find out exactly what makes their house tick and how to keep that love alive. I'm Drew Lachey, and this is Date My House. Today we're in Ross Township, Ohio, a suburb about 30 minutes outside of downtown Cincinnati. Now, you might know me as an actor, a member of 98 Degrees, or the season 2 champion of Dancing with the Stars, but around here, they know me as the do-it-yourself guy. Friends, families, neighbors, they're always asking me to help them out with their scary DIY projects, and I am always happy to help. I'm at Fran and Theresa's new home, and they aren't quite feeling the love yet because there is no place special enough for their grandkids. Well, that's where I come in. Let's go in.
Hey,
How's it going?
It's going great.
How you guys doing?
My wife Teresa.
I'm Drew.
Hi, good to meet you.
Pleasure.
I'm Fran.
Pleasure to meet you guys. Are you ready to date your house?
Yes.
Well, you got to bring flowers to a first date. You know? All right.
My name is Fran Theresa,
And I'm Teresa.
and we've been married for 40 years.
Almost
In
40
November,
years.
40 years. We wanted to purchase this house mainly because we have a really big family, 13 grandchildren, and 23 of us get together every time we have some kind of an event. And so we wanted a bigger place.
The upstairs is like really spacious, and we just thought that that would be a perfect place for the children.
I am a little concerned about some of the safety issues in the house. It's a little older and it does need some maintenance, and there are some areas that I think we need to fix up and make sure that it's safe for all of the kids.
So why exactly do you need my help? What's going on?
This is a foyer. This is where people will really spend some time here. We love this house, but I'm really scared a little bit about safety with this first step. We have 13 grandchildren, and this could be a real tripping hazard for them, right?
I think we can definitely get that fixed for you.
Yeah, thank you. So this area is an area that I think the kids could use, a great play area.
Oh yeah, this is a great space.
Well, I mean, one of the issues though is this thing.
Yeah, we're really worried about the safety aspect
Oh.
of
Yeah,
that.
it's-
It's wiggly.
Yeah.
And we've got some 2.5, 3-year-olds that we're a little afraid of the stairs them coming down.
Okay,
So
yeah.
something to help protect them would be really great.
Absolutely. So we just want to make it a more playful, more inviting space for the grandkids.
Yes.
We want to tighten the newel post.
Yes.
And we want to fix that threshold on the edge of the stairs.
For sure, yes.
Okay. I think that's all very doable. So everybody thinks you have to do these giant renovations to fall in love with your house. That's not the way it is. Sometimes it's just those little things, those little moments that make you either fall in love or out of love. So we're gonna take care of all those little things and get you guys loving this place from the very start.
Looking forward to it.
That'll be great.
Let's do it. I think that Fran and Theresa are struggling to love this house right now because while they can see a future here, they can't see it right now. They don't see it as a kid-friendly space where their grandkids, all 13 of them, can come over and enjoy it today. Knowing that their dream is to make this a kid-friendly space, I have just the plan. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm going to paint it because there's nothing like a fresh coat of paint to make people completely change the way they feel about a space. Second, I'm going to take care of some of the safety items they have. I'm gonna fix a wobbly railing, and I'm also gonna transform their outdoor space and make it usable all hours of the day.
Well, this
Well,
is quite the project.
Welcome to Ross, yeah. How you been?
Good. How are you? Good to see you.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Thank
Staying
you for,
busy.
yeah, thank you for coming out here and rescuing me, like always.
Oh, my pleasure.
So, Fran and Theresa
Yeah.
just bought this house.
Okay.
Haven't even moved in yet. They have 13 grandkids.
13 grandkids.
13 grandkids.
Oh my goodness. They've got their hands full.
Yes, they do. We have some paint colors we need to pick out. I have some light fixture ideas that I want to get your opinion on. I want to get your ideas on if there's a possibility to do something outside because we want to get the kids outside too, not just cooped up in the house.
Yeah, this is a great space. So we have some furniture out here. I
Yeah.
think we just add a little seating area so that they can watch the grandkids while they're playing. A nice safe spot, the twinkle lights.
You want to head inside, pick out a paint color, and I'll show you the space?
That sounds good.
All right, let's do it. So up here is where Fran and Theresa have dedicated for the kids' space. And it's a big, open beige space.
It's such a nice space, though. It's so many windows, and it's so bright up here.
But it's just beige.
It's just beige.
Yeah, that's why you're here. I need help. Work your magic.
Well, I think with all this natural light up here, we can easily do a more saturated color that brings a lot of life to this space, and it won't feel dark or gloomy.
Okay.
So I think that would be really nice.
I was thinking of a periwinkle with a hot yellow accent.
I think we should be maybe more over here.
In that world?
That's a little calming, but still fun, that they're gonna like to live with every day. So maybe something in this family here.
Okay, I think that's great. I think it's beautiful.
Oh, and then you have this space here. Did you have any plans for that?
No.
No.
That is why you're here.
Okay.
Do you have any plans for that?
Well, I think because it doesn't have a door, maybe you could fill in the hinges and we could paint that out and then turn it into like a built-in for all of the toys. And that way they're kind of tucked away so that they don't see them every day, but they're still accessible for all of the kids and inviting for them to play with.
And that is what you did at our last house. You made the game shelf. I see what you're doing.
See what I'm doing here?
I see what you're doing. Yes, that looks very familiar.
Okay.
I think that'd be great.
So we can use that space for extra toys, and then maybe we get some baskets to put around the space to use for extra organization and toys.
I think that's great. You know, if there's one thing every playroom needs, it's organization and storage.
And baskets.
Yes.
Lots of baskets.
Another thing that has to happen is there are a couple little safety issues around the house.
Okay.
There's the newel post that's loose. There's a couple little trim pieces, thresholds that need to get fixed. So if you want to start kind of getting your eyes on things and see
Shop
what we have
the
around
house a little bit, see what we've got to work with.
Yes.
Okay, I can do that.
I will get my tools in my tool bucket and I will get to work on fixing those fun little safety items.
Sounds like a plan.
Go team!
Go team.
All dates, you need to take safety into account, all right? Especially in today's day and age, you gotta be safe, all right? So I think one of the first things we need to do is address this piece of molding here that's on this step. I mean, clearly anybody, whether you're 2.5 or whether you're 82.5, coming up and down a step that's not quite structurally sound is always gonna be a little wonky.
You bet.
So we got this piece of threshold here that's just kind of hanging off the edge here. Now it looks like the previous owner did some gluing and did some patchwork that didn't quite necessarily hold up too well. So we got a gap between this floated floor and this piece of threshold. So we're gonna fill in with just some shims underneath this piece of trim. So it gives it a little bit more support. We'll put some glue, kind of what they did here. We'll just do it a little bit better.
Okay.
And then we will put some finishing nails through the top all the way down into the subfloor that's underneath it. And that, with some tape and some weight holding it down, should give it us a nice, secure step. So what we have here are our shims, nothing special about them, just little slices of wood. They're gonna fill up some of the void between the threshold and the subfloor. So we're just gonna cut these in stacks. Pro tip, most hardware stores will cut wood for you if you ask nicely. All right, so we got our shims cut. Got a whole stack of them here.
Oh, wow.
So, thank you. I like that reaction when I walk into a room. Oh, wow. All right, so we'll do these kind of evenly spaced out as we go along the step. And then we will make sure that we have enough support underneath the threshold
Sure.
so that it never happens again. Boom. Theme of the day. Easy. Tool bucket. Just pop these out. Or you can even probably pound them in too. But because I have pliers and not a hammer, we're gonna pull them out. I'm gonna use my trusty pencil and just give it a little mark here so that we know exactly where we put these shims. So that when we do a nail, we can go right through that same spot and make sure we're holding those shims in place as well.
Great idea.
Why don't you go ahead and remove that extra caulking there on that
got
step.
it. You got it.
So we're gonna put a thin bead of glue along this little channel right here. Let's go ahead and get this thing flipped back over and back on there. Now we just gotta cut a piece of trim for the end, get the shop vac out, call this thing a day.
What have you guys been working on?
Well, we got our threshold nailed back down, just putting a little bit of trim on the edge, and then we are moving on to the next project.
Well, it looks great. Do you mind if I borrow Teresa? I think we're gonna shop the house and try to work on upstairs.
Have at it. I'm gonna take Fran, and we'll meet in the middle.
All right, let's go. All right, so it looks like you have some boxes here we can go through, and some great toys that we can use upstairs. People get so overwhelmed when they move in, but you have all this great stuff, and it's really just a matter of kind of going box by box and finding a home for everything. Do you have any art?
Well, I got this. My daughter drew that.
Oh, this is beautiful. I think this will be great. Maybe we can create like a collage wall. I think these will be great for the kind of the big kid area. These will be great upstairs. We have some baskets, and then there is that little area where it didn't have a door on it.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna take the open shelves in there and we can display those. That way the kids can easily grab them and see them.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
I think it'll be really nice for them.
Yeah.
There's our 45. We know we need 3 3/8. So we just measure on the edge here, and we'll do a straight cut. Last nail. Boom, there we go. Look at that. So one thing I didn't plan on doing today was fixing the step. But once you come into a space and you see what the homeowners want to do and what's gonna make them fall in love with the house, there's certain things that you just gotta add to the punch list. And that literally took us 10, 15 minutes, and it completely changes the way that they feel about their space.
I was really scared about the stairs because I thought that this might have been something that was structural, or it could have been something that was really hard to fix. But Drew showed us that it's actually was pretty simple if you follow certain principles and be able to take care of it.
So one of the best things to do is just to clear out the space first. It just makes it easier to move around, and then we're not tripping over things as we go. So everybody just grab something and we'll get to work. Oh, you guys leave the kitchen for me.
Yeah, yes.
So we need to look at prep as kind of like getting dressed for your first date, picking out what you're gonna wear, even showering, because you can't go on a first date unless you shower. You can't paint until you prep. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Because we're under a time crunch, I brought in some help. So you guys are gonna start prepping this section. I'm gonna get the painter started over there, and then maybe we'll meet in the middle. All right, have fun. What's going on, guys? So we're gonna start over here in this section. We're just gonna pull everything off the wall. We're gonna scrape it down. We're gonna patch a couple of holes, get this thing going nice, and then we'll throw some paint up on the walls. Nice, Teresa, it's looking good. All right, I think we are about ready to start painting.
Oh, good.
You ready?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Teresa, you gotta get fired up. Woo! Yeah. I'm not proposing, it's first date, all right? So we use our handy 8-in-1 tool. We just go around the edge here, make sure that we're opening it up. What do you guys think about that?
Oh,
Love that.
I think that's a great color. I think it'll show up really well on the wall. All right, now we were talking about tape versus a brush. You want a 2.5 inch angled brush for cutting in around your edges. This one is great because it's got the grip tech, allows you to kind of really grip it well, comfortable, so it makes it a lot easier. Now, for our edges, we just put some paint on the brush and then we just nestle it in there to that groove. Because it's a good brush, we're not gonna have a bunch of bristles sticking off everywhere, getting paint on your baseboard. We gotta then clean it up afterwards. So a good brush means no tape, and you can use this for years, as long as you take care of it and clean it.
I love the soft grip on it.
I know.
Oh, wow.
So soft. It's great. Oh my goodness. All right, that's later in the date. All right. So we just get a little paint on there. So we'll start right here on the top. We'll just nestle it in.
I can't wait until they see it.
It's almost therapeutic, honestly. It's like you come into a space, you come into a room, it doesn't make you feel anything, it makes you feel just kind of blah. And then you come in, you start to see the transformation, you start to see it start to blossom and bloom into a space that you really can fall in love with. And that is the beauty of getting to know your house. You get to know your space, you get to know what works, what it needs, what you need, and it's that perfect marriage of, coming together. I want to make sure we open the windows, get a little ventilation going, and also, I think somebody farted. which you don't want to do on a first date. Pro tip.
I think at this point, we're in like of the house.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
like the house. We're getting there with loving the house, and it's just going to take a little bit of time, I think, and maybe some of the other projects might help us a little bit.
How you feeling about our relationship so far, Fran?
I'm feeling good. This is great.
How you feeling about the house?
I'm starting to like the house more and more every time.
We're still using the like word though, so it's okay. We're not quite loving it yet, which, you know, it takes time. It takes time.
Sure.
Now, for this next date, we're gonna do some lighting.
Okay.
People are scared of lighting. Number one, because there's electricity. Nobody wants to get shocked. And number two is because it's up over your head and you never know what's gonna kind of fall down on you. You don't want lights, light bulbs, cords, mouse droppings, whatever they may be falling down in your face. So we already flipped the light off at the breaker. So we're good there. But just for sure, I have my tester here. We're gonna test the hot line and make sure that we are free and we are good to proceed.
That's a good thing.
All right. Good to go? Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Oh, lucky us, it's already put together.
Hey,
All
I'm
right,
good.
that never happens. I
I
love
know.
the light. I think so that it looks widest when you walk in the room, that if this is kind of this way, that would be great. And then those there, yeah.
So kind of like that?
Kind of like asymmetric.
All right, so this opening, which opening? This opening
Yep,
facing
this
the
way.
door.
Yep.
All right.
I love this light. I'm so excited to see it up. While you guys are doing that, maybe I will get started over here, spackling the holes.
Great. Wood fillers over there.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know if you need anything.
All right.
So, this is our mounting bracket, you know? Let's take those wires. We want to stick them up inside the empty space. There we go. Let's get some light bulbs in there. Turn our power back on and see how we're looking.
It's really so easy to turn this old framed opening into a cased opening just by filling the holes and then a fresh coat of paint, and it'll look just like a built-in when we're done. And since we don't have any extra white paint, we're just going to paint it out the same color as the walls, and it'll be great.
So Theresa, we've been on a couple dates now. How you doing? You feeling okay?
I'm getting there.
All right. So tell me, what are some of the reasons why you haven't fallen in love with this house?
One of the things is the safety issue. Like, for instance, look at this. I mean, I don't want the kids to fall down the stairs, and I'm just so worried. And this is annoying.
Yeah.
Okay? Every time I come up here, it's annoying.
No, I get that, and it's got the nice little squeak to it too. Nice little noise. So I feel like we can get this pretty secure for you. Get this lined up, get it started, and then just constant but firm pressure all the way in. So I'll do this one. There we go, and now all the way. All right, so once we hear that noise, we're starting to strip it. So
Oh, okay.
this was all to make it sturdier. All right, so let's see.
Hey!
Ah, good?
Yes!
Starting to fall in love?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit by bit, that's
Yeah.
all we can ask for.
Oh, well, I mean, now that it's secure, I'm not afraid of falling. I'm not afraid of the kids falling. I mean, my biggest fear was that they would grab it and they'd fall sideways off the end of the stairs or something, and it was really scary.
So the key thing for Fran and Theresa to fall in love with this house is to make it kid-friendly, to make it accessible for their grandkids, to make their grandkids truly love it. So I've noticed that they have all these great outside toys, so we are going to incorporate an outside play space, but not only an outside play space for the kids, but an outside play space for Fran and Theresa. And what better way to do that than with some twinkle lights? So the first step that we have to do is to make sure that we have places to mount the lights. So we have these two fencing posts. We're gonna mount them to either end of the deck. Now, The hard part of that is that the ground isn't level even though the deck is. So we're going to have to dig out a little bit at that end to make sure that the poles are level and even before we even think about hanging lights. So the part that I was scared of is that I get down about 2 inches and I hit some sort of rock or some sort of foundation. So if we line this one up, we find out exactly how far up the post we are. We are 17 1/4. So for that other side, I'm gonna mark 17 1/4 on our post. And now, let the games begin. Couple more inches. And the line's good enough for me. That's it, secure. Wonder how Megan's doing.
So what we're gonna do with these is place them over here, and we're just gonna hang them in kind of an organic, irregular pattern. One of the things that I like to do is just take a piece of tape, and we can put this right here, and then poke the holes where we want them to be. Okay. And then we'll kind of use this as our guide when we hang them on the wall.
Oh, I like it.
We're just gonna kind of place them all over so you can have fun with it. There's no real precise measurements. It's very easy to do. Okay, and then that's gonna do it right there. Over here. I think it looks great.
It does.
So then we will just add this one here for now, and then as you collect more art, I think they'll have a lot of fun kind of pinning all their masterpieces right to the wall.
They would.
Drew, these look awesome.
Yeah, they came out pretty good.
Another job well done. All right, I think we just need to move some of the furniture around out here, and it's gonna be a great space for them.
1, 2, 3.
Just like that.
Kind of in this.
Yeah, they can have a
general
little
vicinity.
conversation area, watch the kids play.
Nice. So clearly this is not a permanent solution to out here, but since the kids are coming over today, we want to show them the potential of the space
There we go.
and let them fall in love with the house right when they move in.
I think that's great.
Sounds good. Well, let's
We
head
only have a
inside.
couple more things to do upstairs. Hang some pictures, and we should be all set.
If at first you don't succeed.
We'll just set it right here.
Okay. That is gonna be more than enough
They're gonna
to
love
make
it.
them love this place.
I think so.
All right, let's go to those kids. Welcome to the new playroom. Nice, huh?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes. Go ahead, break it in. Got the slide, we got toys. Got cork board for your artwork. I was gonna have that one. No.
Don't you want to cook?
Do you guys love your house? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
It's just so wonderful to see them so happy. Their smiling faces, their excitement. It just made me excited and happy, and I wanted to jump around with them too.
I don't think they expected to see such a fun area up there,
No.
and it was kind of cool to see it.
It was very cool, yeah.
All right, guys, I have one more space I want to show you, and that is this great space for you all to congregate. Hopefully, this is just one more place for you to fall in love with this house.
I love that space. I mean, it feels like we've got our own private playground area.
Oh, yeah, the outside
we could
area.
Sit,
Oh, yeah.
We could let the kids play. There's this string light or whatever you call it. And then it's like, I could just imagine using it in the evening and we would still be able to play out there and sit around, and I just love it.
Well, I'm going to love it because at some point we can shut off the lights and we can look up and see the stars.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be great.
The verdict is in, and they love the space. We got the house done on time. Fran and Theresa feel like they have a place that is safe for their grandkids, and most importantly, the grandkids love the space. And that is why I always say, you have to date your house. Look at that. Woo!
I can't wait until they see it. Hey!
Ah.
I'm feeling good.